Behind me is my latest purchase, a Morgan 4.4 4-seater. Technically it's a barn find. I found it on a farm, so I am counting it. Join me today as I give the car a good wash and then go through it mechanically, thoroughly. I need a list of exactly what needs doing and how far I'm going to take this car. Obviously I took some precautions before buying the car. I even managed to get it started before I took it away. As you can hear, it does actually run quite well. A good old wash, getting all the old dust off. At first glance, it doesn't look bad at all, does it? Even with just a light jet wash, I'm honestly amazed at how glossy it looks already. I know water does wonders and all that, but wow. I mean, the only thing I'm actually surprised about is me and my dad actually thought it was green when we bought it. But yeah, it's clearly blue. My dad then went over it with a good old contact wash. If I played the audio here, you hear him telling me to grab a sponge so many times, but I'm here to film, let him do a little bit of the hard graft for once, eh? But I gotta say, wow, this car cleans up a treat. I did not expect the paint to be as good as it is, honestly. I think I've definitely bought a diamond in the rough here. At first glance, this car may look like it rolls straight out of the 1930s. But look here, it's on an E-Reg, that's 1988. In the 80s, a lot of manufacturers were creating boxy wedge-shaped cars. Morgan said, no thank you, we are doing it the traditional way. That means traditionally built, proper ashwood frame underneath, steel built panels hand-formed around using an English wheel, lovely runner boards, proper traditionally British. All of the ash frame appears to be in remarkable condition. No dry rot anywhere. And when I say traditional, I mean it. There's no rack and pinion steering here. It's got a steering box, then some weird setup with 4 ball joints underneath, all controlling it. Which means the steering's really heavy. It's got a massive steering wheel that is literally, with me being 6'5", it's impossible to get in and out of. Got to say, although it is really hard to get in and out of, I love this interior. It might not be the most comfortable. There's literally no comfort at all, bar a heater. There's not even a radio in there. Instead, we have ample storage where you might expect to find the speakers. And yeah, it feels about as precise as stirring soup with a spoon attached to a bit of rope. The amount of bagging that is absolutely ridiculous. As for the brakes, ABS, no. Servo assistance, not a chance. I cheekily took this car on the block here in Mexico and the brakes wouldn't. Absolutely horrendous.
Oh shit, no brakes. Right, slam on there, slam on.
Probably the worst I have ever experienced on any car. And I've driven quite a lot of different cars over the years. And then the suspension, yet again, bouncy, traditional, old-fashioned, yeah. And if you think you're going to try and improve this, like you do with most classic cars, like I've done with my MG, like I've done with my MX-5, what do? You fit polyurethane plastic bushes, way harder than any of the original OEM rubber bushes, makes it feel way more like a modern car. Yeah, not a chance with these. There's actually a total of 4 suspension bushes on the whole car, and none of them are on the front, they're all on the back. At the front you have a system called sliding pillar suspension. The top and bottom wishbones are fixed. You then have 2 sets of springs, and then the hub sort of mounts between the 2 springs, and the hub sort of bounces up and down on that with a shock attached to the side. Crazy suspension setup, very simple. You'd have thought it would drive quite tight, but no, not at all. What do you expect when a car's using a design from before World War I? So, what powers this boat-like knockabout of a car? Yep, that's right, a Ford CVH engine. It's a 1.6, what you'd expect to find in a Ford XR3. Well, a carburetted version, obviously. No fuel injection here. So why did I buy this quirky old car? This car has quite the story to it. The car originally started out at Life's Motors in Southport, and it still wears its original number plate to this day. It was then sold to a doctor who lived locally in Liverpool, who owned it for about 4 years. In that time, he did a mere 10,000 miles. After that, it was bought by a couple who rallied the car across Europe, doing a crazy 43,000 miles, taking the car up to 53,000 miles. Then in 2004, this car was purchased by a second doctor who owned it for 21 years. And in that time he's covered a mere 60,000 miles. Yeah, that's right, this car has only covered 69,000 miles in its 37-year life. And get this, 29 service stamps, a stack of invoices. This car's been properly looked after. Take this out of the service history, for example. It had a head and valve clean-up in 2015 where the head was also skimmed, the head gasket was also been replaced. It had a new water pump and cam belt in 2014, and the list goes on. The result from all this, a car that starts on the button at 37 years old. Car starts on the button every time. Honestly, it's probably one of the nicest classics I've ever picked up. And now I have spent several hours, maybe even days, polishing up this car, cleaning up the chrome work. That being said, it is far from perfect. I do need to make a decision on the plan forward with this car. It is peppered in little stone chips, little rust marks, it is starting to bubble around some of the edges here, and bubbles around here. But yeah, it's a big decision. How far do you take it? Do you keep it as a usable classic as it sits? It is a head turner. Even just taking it around locally, around the estate around here, everyone looks at this car. It's one of them. It's only original once. So, what is the initial plan with this car? Because as you already know, I've got far too many project cars on the go. To get this car drivable, it doesn't really need a lot. It needs a cam belt change, tyres and a wheel refurb to make them look nice. And most importantly, sort out that vague steering because it's all over the road, even at 30 miles an hour. And maybe, just maybe, I'll look into the wooden brakes. Morgan do sell servo assisted brake kits for these, but at £900 plus VAT, they're really, really unaffordable. But I have been looking into some cheaper options out there, so maybe we can make something work for this one. But who knows, we'll have to see. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little intro to maybe the quirkiest car I've ever laid my hands on. Please do let me know in the comments what you think of it. And maybe hit like and subscribe if you want to see this car come back to life. I'm sat up really high here. I feel like I'm literally sat in the poker wheel. Spline shafts, aren't they? Weird.
Never seen him before, to be honest.
No.
Turn the wheel on, let's look at the back of the wheel.
Never had a car before. The wheels run on spline shafts. That's really weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the discs don't look too bad themselves, do they? No lit. So the pads there, they've got about 8mm. Not too bad at all. There's a bit of general rust. And these are sliding pillars that the spring goes over, and they're actually oil fed from the engine. Never known of a car having that before. The previous owner told me about that. Track rod end boots here appear to be leaking a little bit on this side, so they might need replacing. Other side don't look too bad, but if I am changing this side, I will probably end up doing both sides as a matter of good course. That one there definitely doesn't look the best at all. I'm sure if we got a little bar on that, there'd be maybe a little bit of play in that one, so that might need looking at. But yeah, for the age of the car, and considering it was sat in a barn, it doesn't look too bad overall. The track rod ends, there's actually 4 of them. It comes from a steering box on the side. But if we look here, the amount of play in that. When we drove it, it did feel a little bit all over the show. That's to be expected with a car that's been sat for a while, but yeah, they all need replacing. So I can price those up. Other than that, it's just a cam belt, obviously new tyres. And yeah, other than that, I don't think it's too bad. Other than a good service, fuel filter, maybe some new plugs. Sniff for this one.
Wouldn't fancy doing that on one of them little scissor jacks that it comes with, do you?
No. Right, so yeah, pretty basic back here. Quite a bit of surface rust. I can't really see much to do an inspection here. I mean, it all seems okay. I can't really see any bushes again. We are on leaves, but they're sort of seeming encased within the whole line of chassis. So you can't really see much at all, really. Can't see where the bushes end.
Just be careful on that.
Yeah. Could be a bad ending, couldn't it?
Mm.
Yeah,
roll.
Another stag to finish then, wouldn't I?
Hey?
Another stag to finish.
Another stag to finish. Yeah, looking down here, it's not too bad. It's got damper arm suspension, a bit like an MGB. But, you know, I can't see the end of the leaf to see the bushes. Can't really feel any play. I think it should be okay. I think it just needs a good underseal. Bit of wire brushing. The rear diff is leaking. A lot of these types of cars do leak on the rear diff though. An MG does. It's not the end of the world.